Hello everyone, and welcome from Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. I'd like to acknowledge any elders and old ones watching, and thank you to all veterans. I'm David Morin, and I work for the Gabriel Dumont Institute in the Métis Culture and Heritage Department. In the past, we have collaborated with Friends of Batoche and Parks Canada through the Batoche National Historic Site for many events. For our Honoring Our Heroes, Louis Riel, and Métis Veterans events, we've alternated having our events in Saskatoon and out at Batoche National Historic Site. But this year, we had to try something a little different. To start our program, we would like to thank our elders, Margaret Harrison, Ed St. Pierre, and Harriet St. Pierre, for sharing prayers with us. While we're doing this virtually, we do ask that you stand if you're able, and join us as these prayers are being said.
Hello, my fellow Métis. My name is Margaret Harrison. I'd like to thank the Gabriel Dumont Institute for bringing us together in this a special day. To pray together is very important in these days of strife. So we ask you now, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we bring before you today our many Métis veterans, past and present, and to those young men and women who are serving in the forces today. We ask for your blessing upon each and every one of them. We will not forget. Lord, to their many families, relatives who have supported them all these years, we ask for your blessing upon each one of them. Lord, your mighty hand of love and protection, keep us safe for the battle of the unknown of today. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Peace be with you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ed St. Pierre. I'm a 14-year veteran, and I will recite the Soldier's Prayer, especially this time of the year being the veterans' most celebrated part of the year. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor age condemn them. At the going on of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
We will remember them.
This is Harriet St. Pierre. No katiliviuwak. Tapskuts kianan katiliviuinana. No katas Chinakataway tahik tan shit chispisichik. Kemak nakataway tahik lina. Etipahishimuk. Ekwa tulimate. Kanakataway mananik.
Thank you, Margaret, Ed, and Harriet. It's always so great to have you be a part of our special events. And thank you. We really appreciate you for everything you do in the Métis community. Now, Karen Schmann, Director of the Gabriel Dumont Institute, Métis Culture and Heritage Department, is going to share some background on why we commemorate November 16th.
Louis Riel Day, November 16th, marks the day in 1885 that Louis Riel was hung. Both the morality and legality of what led to this outcome will be discussed for years without consensus. Most can agree that to lose your life for a cause is the ultimate sacrifice. Standing up for the rights of the Métis cost Riel his life. Some non-Métis assume November 16th is Riel's birthday, or the date of a remarkable victory in our history. They are somewhat taken aback to learn it is the date of his execution, a day we commemorate Riel's courage and commitment to the Métis. Remembrance Day is a similar day, commemorating Canadians who died in service to Canada from the South African War to current missions. It is held every November 11th. Métis fought bravely to defend their families' lands and rights in 1885, in both World Wars, the Korean War, and still defend Canada in current conflicts. We remember their sacrifice as well. Recently, I had the privilege to be at St. Peter's Mission in Montana, the place where Louis Riel and his family lived while he was teaching school there. It is also where Gabriel Dumont and a small delegation of Métis went by horseback to urge Riel to come, once again, to help the Métis defend their rights. Being on site made me realize what a challenging decision Riel had to make and what a sacrifice it was for him to agree. It is a place surrounded by natural beauty. I can only speculate, but I wonder if Riel thought to himself, "My family is safe here. We live peacefully among our relatives, and I am doing work I love, work which enables me to provide for my family. Should I go back to an unknown future? Should I risk losing the good life, la bonne vie, I am currently living?" I am also sure this is a question many soldiers have asked themselves as they enlist. For me, Louis Riel Day and Métis Veterans Honor Day is always a mix of solemnity, solace, and celebration. It is always hard to recall our losses, especially of our loved ones. We can take some solace that they will always be remembered. Personally, I am touched that we continue to pay homage to Riel and the Métis veterans who fought in 1885 and in every instance since in which they were called to defend the rights and freedoms of Canada and others. We must always remember the Métis, their courage and their sacrifice. Louis Riel Day is also a time to celebrate that our culture is thriving because some of our heroes stepped up to make sure it was protected. I like to think Louis Riel and the rest of the Métis veterans would be pleased to know we will always remember them.
Thank you so much, Karen, for your thoughtful words and for being such a great leader in our Métis community. For the rest of our Honoring Our Heroes event, we brought together virtually 5 of the 6 Métis performing artists that helped GDI create the CD, Honoring Our Heroes, a tribute to Métis veterans. This CD was created in order to raise funds for the Métis Veterans Monument that now stands at the Back to Batoche grounds. With us today are Andrea Menard, Jess Lee, Krystle Pederson, Ray St. Germain, and Donny Parenteau. Unfortunately, Mike Gouchie had other commitments and is unable to be with us. Following these performances, you're invited to watch the documentary showcasing the creation of the Honoring Our Heroes album, culminating in a performance of In Flanders Fields by all 6 artists. We wish you all the best and thank you for joining us to remember all veterans and Louis Riel. Now, on with the show.
Hello, Intanshi Kiawao. My name is Andrea Menard, and my family originates from St. Laurent, Manitoba. I'm a proud Métis woman, and I've been singing songs and telling stories in this industry for many, many years. And this project, the In Flanders Field project, is one of those special ones because it was a time to honor our Métis veterans, and I've been honored to be able to play a part in honoring our veterans over the years with the memorial in Batoche and the Return of the Bell of Batoche and this In Flanders Field. And that matters to me. It matters to me because the wider community, the wider mainstream world have left our Métis veterans out. And they need to be honored. This is their time. It's their time to be seen and acknowledged and appreciated. And when we were recording the song, it was one of those special times because, you know, sometimes I'm the Métis performer at a gig, or Donny Parenteau's the Métis performer, or Krystle Pederson or Ray St. Germain, you know, I mean, it goes on. So we we got to come together to perform this one today. We got to sing together. We got to hear each other's voice, and Métis people, we're very different. We sing differently, but our hearts are the same. We all got these big hearts, and being able to perform and be a part of this project was really lucky. I got to sing with Ray St. Germain. And I guess I also should mention that I served in the armed forces as well. So I'm not a veteran in a war. I was in the military during peacetime. But in that time, I got to recognize what it takes to give your life. And I became a peacemaker in the military, knowing that my ancestors and the resistance at Batoche, we fought for our rights, and we fought to be heard and included in this country. And our relatives just kept doing it over and over, keep doing it over and over and over. So this is my moment to recognize their strength and power, because it's a hard life and it's a hard job, and I honor the ones who went before me. So one of the songs I'd like to sing for you today is a song commissioned that I was asked to write, and it's a Michif song from the St. Paul de Métis in Alberta dialect, and it's a love song. It's one of those songs that reach us higher. It's the kind of love between the Creator and us, you know, not the kind of petty human love that we can have. It's the higher love, and the words say, I honor you, you walk with me, I walk with you, I respect you, I respect you. So the next song I'd like to sing for you is another rattle song, and it is a song called Wisakote Winowak that I wrote with Tom McCallum, one of our esteemed elders, our our language keepers, our storytellers. And I was inspired to write this song because of a story he told me. And it's called Wisakotiwinowak. And that word was so magical to my ears. And he said it was magical to his ears when he heard it, because some elders from Ontario, I think, they had said that, oh yeah, that's what we call you, the Métis people, Wisakotiwinowak. And what it means is the roots growing up after a fire. And I thought, wow, that is so the Métis people. We are so that resilient and so the new life here on this land. So I thought it was great. So this is about declaring who we are. Michif language is sacred, listening to the stories. To know ourselves is to listen and to tell our stories. It's here I stand before you, declaring you who I am in all my highest pride, not that ego pride, completing the circle, because we are the roots growing up after a fire. Okay. Umi utani ni koe, iki chiti moyan, isna hanuma, ipi masia, Wisakoti winoa. Wisakoti winoa. Michi pigi swiwi. Umakiti tagwan. Taki skintoya. Atayoki takanto kanao. Achino one. Wisakoti winoa. Thank you.
My Métis Rose, I want you come out tonight. I want to see you sparkle beneath that prairie moonlight. I want to take you dancing so we can hold each other tight. I love you so. My Métis Rose, my Métis Rose, sweetest flower, heaven knows, little prairie fire. My love grows and grows and I adore you. From your nose down to your toes, I love you so. My Métis Rose, smile, that smile of yours, your wish is my command. I'll swear I'll make you happy if you let me be your man. Smile, the smile of yours, your wish is my command. I'll swear I'll make you happy if you let me be your man. My Métis Rose, hey, won't you come out tonight? I gotta see you sparkle, huh? Beneath that prairie moonlight, I wanna take you dancing so we can hold each other tight. I love you so. My Métis Rose, Métis Rose for you, friends. And I know there was a question someone asked, or that I wanted to comment on, was the six of us getting together to do this project to honor the Métis veterans, our Métis heroes, and it was a magic concept, you know, for me, and because I've always wanted to do something like that, but I never really had the opportunity to express my gratitude, you know, to these people who fought all these crazy wars, you know, these beings and fathers and mothers and uncles, and you know, it's just blew me away. And there's such dedication with all the singers and the songwriters that were a part of this show. It was a really special time. You know, there's Ray and Mike and Donny and Andrea and Krystle and myself, I guess. And they were all super talented, super fun, great attitudes. I was just blessed. I just felt blessed to be with that great group of people, and especially talking about these things. And to me, it's important to bring attention to, you know, to this stuff, and honor these folks, because a lot of them are going here. It's just the way it is. We lost Frank Tompkins, and then we just lost Smokey Tompkins. And I'm really glad I had a chance to actually do a few things with those guys, and had a chance to talk to them about the crazy wars. And we had some very, very good discussions on it. But I think it's very important. And you know, thanks to for GDI for supporting us in these COVID times here. They're very tough times for musicians and everybody else. You know, I know that, you know, people running businesses and what have you. So very important, and thank you once again for that, and hope you enjoyed the song. Thank you. Yeah, this is a song that we did, and honoring our Métis Veterans back in 2012, I think it was. And this was one of the songs. They were on the front line, been through the hard times, sacrificing their lives to fight those crazy wars. We can't change what happened then. We can only honor them, lest we forget, my friends. There'll be more veterans. Till the power of love overcomes the love of power, this world will know no peace. For in games of war we all lose, my friends. The biggest stick just seems to win. Pray for the veterans. Till the power of love overcomes the love of power, this world will know no peace. For in games of war we all lose, my friends. The biggest stick just seems to win. Pray for the veterans. Pray for all the veterans. Pray for the veterans. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. Little Red River card here for you, friends. No more Métis land, no more buffalo way of life that's come and gone, like a piece of my heart, gone with a Red River card. I can hear it playing, that old fiddle song, that dancing melody, may it never be gone, like a piece of my heart, gone with a Red River card. That Red River card holding all of my dreams got lost in the madness of a politician's scheme. Will we rise or fall, or just get lost in time, like a piece of my heart, gone with a Red River card. His words still burn like a prairie fire, like a wind in the night. Louis gone forever, with a piece of my heart, gone with the Red River card. That Red River card holding all of my dreams got lost in the madness of a politician's scheme. Will we rise or fall, or just get lost in time, like a piece of my heart, gone with a Red River card. Another piece of my heart, gone with a Red River card. Another piece of my heart, gone with a Red River card. Red River card.
Hi, my name is Krystle Pederson. I am from Buffalo Narrows, but I live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Been living there most of my life. I've been a singer since I was really little. I always loved singing and singing songs and all kinds of, but I believe I am an emerging singer-songwriter, and that has been coming out over the last 2-3 years, finding my voice in music and in my writing, and sharing songs that have a story and a really important message, or something that means something to either the community or myself. I feel like we should honor our veterans because they sacrificed so much for our people, and they gave so much of themselves to protect us and to go out there and be in the front lines and to, fight for rights of our people, and to be just there without even questions. They went and they did it. And being a part of a project like this that gets to honor them is one of the things I am so proud of, and really love that we get to kind of honor veterans in this way. The project itself, when we did it back in 2012, which seems like forever ago, but it was one of the most amazing experiences that I will never, ever, ever forget. Being able to be in a room with such amazing Métis artists in a recording studio was one of the most inspiring things that I have ever done in my life. And I thank GDI and Donny for allowing me to be a part of that and to share that experience with myself. And it was something I will never, ever forget. And one of my favorite moments was the creation of In Flanders Fields song. We were kind of going through who was gonna sing which verse and working through harmonies and things. And one of my favorite that I still cry to this day every time I hear it, because it warms my heart so much, is when Ray St. Germain speaks in the beginning, and his voice is just incredible in that song. And discovering those moments was absolutely incredible, and I was so just proud to be a part of such an amazing production. Thank you. outside and felt the barricades. Oh, 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 oh. Why can't we find a common ground? Why can't we come together now? Why is this train forever bound? Oh, oh, you see the tribulations and the darkness found. Yesterday, I went for a walk and I almost flew away. Yesterday, I saw the world outside and felt the barricades. Oh, 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 oh. Why is the color of my skin all you ever see within my skin? Why are we forced to live in sin? Oh, oh, because of insecure and fear-driven pins. Yesterday, I went for a walk and I almost flew away. Yesterday, I saw the world outside and felt the barricades. Life's too short to live it this way. Life's too short, gotta be a better way. Brothers and sisters, let's stand together. Chase away the demons and be proud of who we are today. Yesterday. Yesterday, I went for a walk and I almost flew away. Yesterday, I saw the world outside and felt the barricades. Oh, 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 oh. Why is it so hard to celebrate diversity and everything that's great? Oh, why have people become so fake? Oh, oh, because of yours and mine and take, take, take. Yesterday, I went for a walk and I almost flew away. Yesterday, I saw the world outside and felt the barricades. Oh, 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 oh. Life's too short to live it this way. Life's too short, gotta be a better way. Brothers and sisters, let's stand together. Chase away the demons and be proud of who we are today. Yesterday, oh, 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 oh. Yesterday, oh, 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 yesterday.
I'm Ray St. Germain from Winnipeg, and I've been in the music business, I think, all my life. And I'm mighty proud I'm Métis. I was so proud to be part of the 2012 project with Donny Parenteau and special guests, I'll tell you that for sure. All veterans and their families have made sacrifices to protect our freedom and lifestyle, and I was proud to work on a project that honored all veterans, including all the Métis who served.
I was born on the plains, beneath the half-moon sky. I roamed o'er the land on my mama's back. My mama's swampy Cree, my daddy European, and I'm mighty proud I'm Métis. Daddy taught me French, mama she spoke Cree, so I talked my chief, a little mix of both. From the time I learned to walk, well, that's all that I could talk, and I'm mighty proud I'm Métis. Well, deep inside I know that I'm special. I am my mama's side and daddy's too. I am the best of both, and you'll always hear me boast. Yeah, I'm mighty proud I'm Métis. nation it was born, a nation that would ride. We were in between. I have my daddy's looks, my sister lovely Cree, and we're mighty proud we're Métis. Daddy taught me to walk tall, Mama to be strong. Hold your head up high, don't you ever bend, 'cause it'll be a long, long road, carry a heavy load, but you're the best of both, you're Métis. Well, deep inside I know that I'm special. I am my mama's side and daddy's too. I am the best of both, and you'll always hear me boast that I'm mighty proud I'm Métis. Yeah, I am the best of both. You'll always hear me boast that I'm mighty proud.
Hey everybody, this is Donny Parenteau, and I have been in the music industry many years, and very fortunate to still, during this day, still get to do what I absolutely love to do. Very passionate about what I do, and I was very honored to be part of a project brought on behalf of Gabriel Dumont Institute. Karen Schmann had contacted myself and asked about this idea of getting together and having a tribute to our Métis veterans and veterans in general. And especially with this coming up on the 8th anniversary, 2012, we got together and did this. So it's the 8th anniversary this year of putting this project together. She left it under my guidance as the producer of the project to put together a group of us. And I said, well, let's go after one from each province. So I selected Mike Gouchie out of BC. Out of Alberta was Jess Lee. And Saskatchewan, Andrea Menard and Krystle Pederson. But Andrea also now lives in British Columbia, and so we were honored to have them on board. And last but not least, our mentor of all of us, Mr. Ray St. Germain. Love Ray to death, and I'm so glad he got to be a part of this to say a few words for everybody as well. And I just want to say that I was deeply honored to be a part of this and to pour my heart and soul musically, everything that I've learned all through the years from working with some of the best producers while working with Neil McCoy, to bring all of that forward into this project and pull out the best out of each one of these artists. And I would have to say my fondest memory of this weekend that we actually got together to perform was the first time when I had wrote a melody behind Flanders Fields. And that was very hard to do because I took the melody, not even a melody, I just took the lyrics of Flanders Fields and put them in front of me and said, create a melody, come up with a melody behind this. It was tough to do, but I did the best I could, put it together. And once it was done, I had an idea of let's all sing one line each. And then after we're done the song and we wrap it up with all six of us doing one line or a couple of lines, then we're going to talk. Have this, the melody played in the background to have Flanders Fields, and we talk it. The first time I heard Ray come out right out of the box and just say his first two lines, I just floored me. I was in there literally almost in tears listening to it. So if you get a chance, that's probably one of my favorite tracks on the entire project that I'm very, very proud of. So if you don't have a copy of this, please go out and get one. You can get them through Gabriel Dumont Institute. And this is the time to sit back and remember all of the sacrifice. Everything that people have done sometimes for what we take for granted every day. It's called freedom. Remember how we got that freedom. Don't forget. Remembrance Day and that entire week. Try to sit back and just remember what we have and just take some time. And there's a song that I'm going to be singing called Would You Do Today What They Did For You Back Then. It talks about people being 19, 18 years old. Can you imagine your kids today being 18, 19, doing what they did back then? Be pretty tough. So think about that. But to all the veterans, to everyone, thank you. We all appreciate what you have done, especially the Métis veterans. So God bless everybody. Take care, and I hope you enjoy this. as I look through these photos in a bookmarked history. It's plain to see in anyone's eyes, freedom is not free. The world had its share of fights, and the battles still remain. For all those who paid with sacrifice, they didn't die in vain. So what you do today, what they did for you back then, stand tall and brave on the front line for their country to defend. Men and women gave their lives so our freedom would mend. So what you do today, what they did for you back then. We need to honor and remember the fields where poppies grow. And all of those who fought and fell, rest eternally, row by row. The crosses there remind us of the price that was paid. We owe thanks to those who gave their lives and didn't die in vain. So what you do today, what they did for you back then, stand tall and brave on the front line for your country to defend. Men and women gave their lives so our freedom would mend. What you do today, what they did for you back then. Oh, what you do today, they did for you back then. Found an ad in the paper with a for sale sign, old fiddle bow, only one of its kind. I dialed up the number, arranged to stop by. An old man greeted me with tears in his eyes. He said, this here fiddle was passed down with love, and I was saving it for my only son, but he never made it back, fighting someone else's war, and I'm just too old and tired to play anymore. So play on fiddle, play on and sing, play on fiddle every time the bow hits the strings. You know I'll be listening, even if I am gone. Play on fiddle, fiddle, play on. His hands were trembling as I took the case. Broken smile with a sigh came to his face. Take care of this fiddle, pass it down to your own. Have fun playing it with every tune you know. I held that old fiddle with so much pride. I played it for the old man the day he died. Play on fiddle, sing. Play on fiddle every time the bow hits the strings. You know I'll be listening, even if I am gone. So play on fiddle, fiddle, play on, fiddle, play on.
My name is Donny Parenteau, and I was born and raised in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, and started playing fiddle at the age of 14. And I've always dreamed about as big as anybody that I've ever known.
My name is Mike Gouchie. I am a country recording artist. I took a few years off to raise my kids and be a dad first and foremost.
I'm Amy Briley with the Gabriel Dumont Institute. So GDI is a nonprofit, Métis-specific cultural and educational organization.
My name is Andrea Menard, and I like to introduce myself as an actor, a singer, a writer, and an ambassador.
Hi, I'm Jess Lee, and I'm a singer-songwriter from Edmonton. You're never really satisfied, but once in a while a good song, just can come right out of you, and you're happy. So that's the moment I live for.
My name is Krystle Pederson. I am a singer, actress, and a Métis dancer. I teach traditional Métis jigging to youth around Saskatoon and around Saskatchewan.
All right, hi, I'm Ray St. Germain. I got involved in music when I was very young. I started playing accordion when I was 12, but when I was 16, I actually started to make a living off it.
My daddy's looks, my sister, lovely Cree, and we're mighty proud, we're Métis.
I'm here in Saskatoon at Glen Ross Studios recording an album with the Gabriel Dumont Institute.
And how this all got started is I received a telephone call from Karen Schmont.
I am the Director of Publishing at the Gabriel Dumont Institute, and our department looks after the cultural preservation and promotion of Métis history and culture.
And she had mentioned something to me that they want to start a fund to raise money for a war memorial that they want to put up in Batoche.
Well, when we were first thinking of this CD, we really wanted to have some type of album that would be a tribute to our Métis veterans. And it really has two focuses. We want it to be that tribute portion, but we also wanted to bring some awareness to the Métis Veterans Memorial Monument that will be built in the future at Batoche, Saskatchewan. We brought Donny into our office and asked him to produce this album for us, and then sat down and talked about who would be the best contemporary Métis artists from across Canada that we could bring together to really do a compilation CD.
So we checked and we opened up the door, and that's when we found Ray St. Germain and Jess Lee from Alberta, Ray St. Germain from Manitoba, Mike Gouchie from British Columbia, and there's 3 of us here from Saskatchewan representing. So to get all of those artists together in this collaboration really means a lot to me, because everyone brought to the table something different. And I think what it is they're the Métis artists representing their province. And all together, now we're representing Canada.
I think the people chosen were chosen wisely, and because we all share a common heart, and we have songs that fit in that realm of honoring. We're all proud Métis artists.
What we did is we contacted the artists, and what I wanted to do, one song, I wanted them to represent the veterans. I said, and the other song I want to represent you. Just so you can say, this is me, this is my style of music, this is what I like.
I'm doing 2 songs, they're both originals. I wrote this
pray for the veterans here just before, or just when Donny asked me to, because I didn't really have anything like that, but I was always, you know, kind of thinking of writing a song for that stuff.
He wrote a song called Pray for the Veterans. And it was such a cool song, but he wrote it so fast, and that's just the capability this guy had, is just writing a tune, and it's just straight from the heart, and bang, he wrote this song.
The first song is something that I wrote that is titled Picture Daddy With You. It's a song that I wrote for anyone who is possibly out at war, or a truck driver, or a musician who is traveling and is away from their children.
Well, the first song is called A Boy for One More Day and Sur le Champ de Bataille. A Boy for One More Day came to me when I was acting in a play called The Batoche Musical. And it was a show out at Batoche, and it was honoring our story. And here's this song about a young girl saying, stay a boy one more day, because if you're a man, you need to go with the men. And if you become a man, then I have to become a woman overnight. So stay a boy for one more day. It was a beautiful song in itself, but when Robert Walsh and I came together with it, we put a song written by Louis Riel in prison, Sur le Champ de Bataille. So it's these two war songs juxtaposed beside one another, and that was the work of Robert Walsh and I. So
there's another one that I wrote by myself, and it's called Would You Do Today What They Did For You Back Then. That one means a lot to me, because doing the motivational speaking that I do, I looked at a lot of students that were 17, 16, around that age, and the way the society is today. Then I looked back, and I went backwards, and I started thinking, looking through books and hearing stories of the veterans. They used to lie about their age just to go defend their country. And I was thinking, like, 17, saying they were 18, but they're only 17 years old and going off, and chances are you might have got killed. And I just went and put this song as a question. Would you do what they did?
Well, you know, the song I wrote, I'm mighty proud of Métis, you know. It was a labor of love when I wrote it, and it didn't take me very long, because I just thought of you know, being Métis. I didn't find out I was Métis till I was 19 or 20, because Mom and Dad hid it from us. And the only reason I found out, I was developing a picture of my grandfather. I was an amateur photographer, and I looked at the picture and I went, oh my goodness, he looks, you know, like a First Nations guy. And I asked my dad, and he said, yeah. See, all this time I thought my dad had dark skin, and his brothers and my grandma and grandpa, because they worked outside. It wasn't mentioned because of the way they grew up, you know. And Saint Germain, I mean, is French. So I grew up, you know, thinking I was French. The minute I found out I was Métis, I started trying to research everything I could find on Métis. Of course, it was not Métis, it was still half-breed, you know. And there wasn't a lot written on it, and anything on Louis Riel that was written, of course, he was a trader, and there was maybe a paragraph in the history books, and that was it. But as years went on, more people started writing and researching, and I read this book written by Stanley, I forget his first name now, that was called Hero Trader, about Louis Riel. I was on the road, and I couldn't put this book down. I kept reading and reading and reading it. So I wrote a song called The Métis, and it was about the Battle of Batoche. And they said that it created more awareness now of people taking notice of the Métis, that they brought me to Ottawa and gave me the Aboriginal Order of Canada for writing that song. So I was very proud of that song, still am today. And I'm proud I'm Métis is kind of a spin-off of that song.
I'm really proud to be the producer on this, proud to be selected, proud to have songs on here. But man, at the end of the day, I'm just proud to work together, because that's cool. When you work together with people like that, and they're all great in their own way, but when you put that together in a melting pot, and what you create at the end of the day, and you come up with it and say, we did this, it's really cool.
You know, I got into this project because when Donny Parenteau called me, and he said, told me what they're doing, and they're going to raise money.
The project, once it's all completed, 100% of all of the funds that are raised from the sale of the CDs goes towards the Veterans Memorial.
I was approached to kind of be a part of this process, and I jumped on it. I thought it would be amazing opportunity.
And when she explained like it was a memorial for, for our vets, I said, well, 100% behind that.
In 2010, the year of the Métis, the announcement was made that a monument to honor Métis veterans was going to be permanently erected on the Batoche grounds.
The Métis National Council and the Métis Nation Saskatchewan approached GDI to see if we would oversee the building of this monument. We don't have quite enough funds for the monument yet, so the CD will act as a fundraiser as well.
Batoche is the sacred ground for the Métis. It's where I guess the most pivotal event in our history occurred, and it's where really our first battle was fought, because the 1885 resistance occurred there.
In creating monuments, it's a symbol. It's a symbol for pride, for honoring the past.
It means to me, it's almost like our way of saying thank you, in a small way. It's a small token. And it's more of a thank you thing. So to be part of this project to help raise money to put that up in Batoche means a lot.
And so this album is helping raise awareness, of course, about the pride of our peoples and what we've been through. And not everyone knows about the monument yet. So when music can get out there beyond the limits of talking to people, it can reach you through the radio, it can reach you through the internet, that you can reach more people that way.
And I believe it's the first time that collaboration of this kind has taken place for Métis.
It's an absolute honor for me to be able to be involved, and after all they've done for me over all the years, that I can now do something and play a little part in honoring our veterans.
I honor our stories, and I honor the lessons and the stories that we've been through as Métis people, and Gabriel Dumont Institute with this album are honoring that journey. And of course we are lucky today, the artists, all of us artists on this album are standing proud and free today because of the work and the hard journeys of our ancestors.
It's never talked of, it really hasn't been publicized. From my knowledge, it's never really been out there of the Métis veterans and what role they played in the wars, and to have them honored and to have it talked about and documented, to try and have us get this album together, raise enough funding to put this monument together, I think it's something that's so special. It's a real honor to be involved.
The memorial means a lot because it's a way of remembering and honoring, those that have gone on before us that, had to make those choices to go and fight those wars,
But back then, the way that they used to think, they just did it. It was done. They didn't even think twice. Bang, I'm going to go fight. Because I want our country to be free.
Well, my father was in the armed forces. He didn't go overseas. He was a guard, actually, in Lethbridge for German prisoners. And my uncles, two of my uncles went overseas. One, my Uncle Urban, he was wounded over there, actually, and came back. But we didn't hear too much about their experiences, except later on in life we heard that it was really tough if you were an Aboriginal person. Métis was a little tougher to detect because, if you had whiter skin, they could be French. But if you had darker skin, then you would be identified as Aboriginal right away. So the term wasn't Métis back then; it was called half-breed. So yeah, a lot of the Métis people back then tried to hide their identity because of the abuse that would happen, and even in the armed forces, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, actually, my whole on my dad's side of the family, my mom's side of the family, they're all gone now. But yeah, it's like everybody was affected by the wars and stuff, and like my dad was a vet, and uncles and everything else like that.
I spent 4 years in the military myself, and I learned early that I'm not really meant to stay there. I have, in many ways, it taught me that I'm probably more of someone who doesn't want wars to ever happen ever again on this planet. I became that person through being in the military and watching how the world works. I became the woman I am because of that experience. And I watched, and there are some incredible people that I met in the military, and of course, you know, in my family and in our Métis community, we have amazing people who served. Honoring that knowledge, honoring our veterans, period, and honoring all they know, which is they knew violence, and they knew hardship, and they knew poverty, where that's why some of our people joined, but they know a lot. And if we could honor that information and that wisdom that they teach, and not continue to repeat the past, which we keep doing over and over and over as humans, but to really listen to our veterans and to learn from them what they know and what they would do differently, that is when real change can take place. I was asked to sing for NATO, for all of the heads of all of the countries, and I sang Peace, my song Peace. I had the courage to say, you are here, all of you, to be holding peace in your hearts for the people of your nations, not to create wars. You are here to hold peace. You will have us, humans, your family, in your best interest, and don't ever forget that.
Louis Riel quoted that, my people will sleep for 100 years, but when they awake, it will be the artists who give them their spirit back.
I was really happy to hear about we were doing in Flanders Fields or something.
So all 6 of us got together for this collaboration, and it was Flanders Fields. And what I was asked to do, Karen Schmann from Gabriel Dumont Institute had sent me an idea. Can we do something with Flanders Fields with a couple of the artists or all 6 of you? And I said, all 6 of us, definitely. I said, this is perfect. But I said, I've never heard a melody behind Flanders Fields.
You know, Donny had written some melody, and I was really excited, you know, to hear the song. And we actually heard it last night up in the room. We played it, and I was just really happy that it just all made sense to me.
So I wrote a melody myself around Flanders Fields, and it was the hardest thing I think I ever did being a songwriter, because you're looking at a poem, this iconic poem, and I'm turning it into a song. How would you sing that? So once that was done, we had to collaborate. And this was really cool, because then all 6 of us got together in one room. So I said, here's the poem. Everyone had the poem in their hands. And I said, who's gonna start singing it? Who wants the first line? So then we went, and like Mike Gouchie took the first line, and then we went through all of the process of who's gonna sing what.
Yeah. And one by one we go in and we'll help each other with the line that suits that voice best. I think that'd be cool to do it like that and just make it really powerful.
Then the coolest thing to me is once we were done, the melody keeps going, and then we talk. We say Flanders Fields, the poem, but Ray St. Germain starts it. And that's, when you hear this, it's incredible. So to capture all of this, I'm really proud and honored, not only just to have this recorded on music, but to have it documented. Because then people can see and hopefully get the feeling that we had working on this. You're gonna see it and hear it.
Yeah, it really is something. It's you get that many artists all together here, and it's there's bound to be some sort of magic happening.
Who died? I heard that. Do you know what would sound cool? I'm not kidding you. Let's double it. Yeah. Like seriously, we're gonna double all 3 of those harmonies. Yeah. It's gonna sound huge. Thanks, Ray. This is your time to talk straight from the heart to this person that's right in front of you spiritually.
Okay.
You got that feeling? Can you picture yourself there?
Yeah.
Picture who's ever in front of you and speak straight from the heart. Go.
In Flanders Fields the poppies blow,
Between the crosses roll on that mark our place, and in the sky
the lark still bravely singing.
Scarce heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow.
Loved and we're loved.
And now we lie in Flanders Fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. Ye break faith with us
Who died? We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row.
that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly.
Scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago.
We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved, and were loved, and now we lie
in Flanders Fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw.
The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die.
We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
I truly believe in the work of Gabriel Dumont Institute, and I believe in this project, and I think I was sort of built for this project, and I think Donny Parenteau and everyone chosen was built for this project. There is a common heart, and I think our community will really resonate with the music and with the intention.
When I was asked, I truly am doing it in honor of all the Métis people out there who have struggled and who have had inspired to become what they have, their hopes or dreams to pursue, and to just keep working hard at doing what they're doing. And I love all the Métis people, their family and friends.
This CD in itself is a monument. It is a tribute to our past and our future.
We're hoping that this CD will inspire people to donate to the Veterans Monument, and that through the showcasing of this high quality variety of artists, that they'll see that we all have something to appreciate for the sacrifice the veterans made, and that it is a fitting tribute to show that we still appreciate and will never forget the sacrifice they've made.
Basically, you just contact the Gabriel Dumont Institute, and they're located in Saskatoon, and you could get them through the internet. Go to the website, or you can even look up the telephone number and just call, and they'll have all of the information as to where the whereabouts of the project is. And if I had a copy of the artwork, I'd hold it up right now and say, get your CD, support it, and do it.
Deep inside, I know that I am special. I am my mama's side and daddy's too. I am the best of both. You'll always hear me boast that I'm mighty proud. Maarsii.